Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so what do we do next? What do we do? Let me see. Okay, so let's see what the hell would I say here. Okay, I understand. Keep in mind that loading and saving game set is pretty broken in retail anyways. I think it's completely fine if we don't support loading games that were saved with the retail version. Is it really completely broken? I think it works for the most part. Then we can just serialize this in the xfer function of in case xfer is for loading and saving, and skip it during CRC calculation to retain multiplayer compat. Skip it during CRC. I can just serialize this xfer function. Okay, I need to understand what he means. Keep in mind, loading and saving game set is pretty broken. Okay, but this is not true for all loads. Like, most save loads just work fine. Maybe there's some things that are broken, but it works. In general, it works, right? So, but if we would make a change that breaks it, then yeah, certainly then we break it, and then there's less chances that it works. Just basically, what I'm saying is that we just shouldn't break it more than it already is broken. Yeah. I think it's completely fine if we don't support loading games that were saved with the retail version. Yeah, it's not. It's not critical, but it's also not necessary to break it right now, because we only want to fix stability stuff for starters. Then we can just serialize this in the xfer function. The xfer function of pattern can up in case the xfer is for loading and saving, and skip it during CRC calculation. So what did I write? Let me see again. Here. Retake compatible logic. What does the CRC do? Let me see. CRC. Update module CRC. CRC. Curious why this one calls update module CRC and not this CRC. Draw module. Extend base class. CRC. Model draw. CRC virtual function. Okay, what does it do? Module CRC. CRC does nothing. Where are we? The problem right now is that it wouldn't work if client update is skipped. See, we would need to add checks for headless mode. The problem right now is that it wouldn't work if client update is skipped. It wouldn't work if client update was skipped. Yes. And there's no... Do we plan to use headless for safe loads? I would not have thought so. So I did not put any thought into that. I can say that safe loads still works and still works without breakage. In normal clients. The regular clients. Loading game saves works okay here on my end. If there are crashes, then we should fix that. But there's no need to break compatibility if we can easily avoid it. To retain retail compatibility, I simply edit this. To retain retail compatibility in Xfer, simply edit this. CPP. Did not put thought into that. fix that. We cannot avoid it. Well then, good riddance. In what scenario do we need to break safe loads compatibility? Loading and saving is, I think, completely fine. If we don't support, then we can just serialize this in the xfer function. We already do that in case the xfer is for loading and saving. Skip it. See calculation. Skip it. Okay, I see. I think he wants to. He wants to. He wants to skip it on CRC, but use it for save and load. Does that make sense? Maybe what we can do is retake compatible CRC. And then we create another one, retail compatible safe loads. Game is expected to be CRC compatible, expected to be safe loads compatible. We could do that. And then we say if retake compatible safe loads, then we do this, and then we do retake compatible. Where are we? Xfer. So retake compatible. Retake compatible. Well. Retake compatible CRC. Well, it needs to. Well, it still the version still needs to be 3, right? Yeah. Version slot. I don't think we can treat CRC and safe load version independent of each other. They are strictly coupled, right? Yeah, because how can we I don't know. I don't think we can just I mean, I understand this inquiry, but we cannot decouple this version. Because if we want to save the new settings, we need to save with version 4, but then the CRC is different when we have version 4 instead of version 3. So let me see. CRC. Compute CRC, add CRC. Let me go to Xfer. Xfer snapshot. Xfer snapshot. Xfer CRC. Okay, Xfer CRC is calling deep. Xfer. What? Okay, is this calling Xfer H12? snapshot, CSC, run the CSC function of the snapshot. Run the CSC function of the snapshot. Run the CSC function of the snapshot. Okay, what about calling xfer? So it's calling CSC. I don't currently understand where the does the CSC come from here, or does it go through here? But if it goes through here, how does this end up in here then? Because it calls update module CSC. It doesn't call in here. So I wonder how that works. Unless this CSC Jesus Christ. It does nothing. Empty. That's some bullshit. How does this CSC then? Version info. Stop that one. Good documentation. Shit. Oh. I don't know. If we compile this and put a breakpoint in here and we run a network match, do we get a hit then? Basically, yeah, okay, let me check if we enter here with CSC mode, then we could say, we could treat this differently depending. So we could say that the version is 3 on CSC and version 4 on safe load. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we go loads. No. Multiplayer, network, start a match, okay. Jesus. Jesus. Can we find some other xfer function maybe that is being called more commonly? How about AI doc approach state? Let's put a breakpoint in here. Wow, so laggy. Okay, there's no supply here. There is here. Okay, we didn't hit any breakpoints here. Let's put a breakpoint in here. How about AI? How about locomotor? That should be called, right? It's not called. I don't see it. Let me go to CRC CPP, compute CRC. Okay, that is called. Okay, get CRC. Okay. Let me go to xfer. Let's go here, CSC. X for snapshot. Is this being called? It is. Partition manager. Okay. What? What happened? It's hanging somehow. Huh? Okay. What happened? Okay. Okay, so it does call this X for CSC. Okay, and then it calls a CSC function. Well, to me it looks like it's a bug that it doesn't call CSC on everything. All right. Yeah. 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 It doesn't call CSC on this particle cannon here. Yeah. I can't really speed up here this multiplayer match. Okay. Yeah. It does not particular uplink cannon updates. It looks like so. Let's say cannon updates does not CSC anything. Does not contribute anything to CSC. CPP. So that means I think what we can do is you can retail compatible CSC and we put it on a safe load here. Safe load, yeah. Retake compatible CSC. Retake compatible CSC. Yeah. Then we can change this to safe loads. Retake. How about we retake? Yeah, retake. We should probably say retake compatible save. Retake compatible save. Retake compatible save. Retake compatible save. Then if we are in load post process, we have the retake compatible save, then reload that. Yeah. Okay. And we can build some more particle cannons. Okay, so if we shoot now, we have a breakpoint in here. Let's put also a breakpoint here. So we shoot now. And it hits here, okay. And that's it. It doesn't go into the X-firm. This one is probably optimized out. Save. Okay, let me open the common defines, game defines here. So we have retake compatible CSC and save. To save. Save. Maybe we should rename it to retail compatible X for save to be a bit more X for save, X for CLC, to be X for save. So here X for save. Okay, retail compatible. Then we say here retail compatible X for CLC. Okay. Split X for this. Change that to this plus this. Okay. And it does not contribute anything to CLC. I've changed the retail compatibility. I cannot write. I have now changed the retail command to X1, yeah. So we can opt out of CLC or save compatibility separately. Since particle uplink canon does not do anything towards CLC values other than the damage it applies. I think damage it applies doesn't do anything specific towards CLC values. There's nothing to do. I've now changed the Okay, does not contribute anything to CLC. I've not changed the return logic to that plus that, so we can opt out of CSC. Okay. Okay, then let me replicate this change to. Actually, let me compile it once more with. Let me run it once more in VS6, VC6. VC6, yeah. Game codes. Yeah. CMD. Okay. Okay, so we run it once more against VC6 replay, see if there's any mismatch. Actually, we should probably merge this one here. Helmut says a bit hacky. I don't know what's so hacky about it. We just pause the game here. Doesn't seem. I guess what is hacky is that you unpause it by pressing escape twice. Yeah. That's a bit hacky, but we don't have a pause. We don't have a pause button yet. Yes, we need to add a pause button to the game, to the replay, to the game. Not a big deal for now. Okay, let me merge this guy. Pause replay on CSC mismatch. Okay, then let's cancel this build here. Then we get latest here. Rebase, rebase. Okay, and then we push the latest. Push. Force push. Then we build again. Then we wait. Good. Okay, then yeah, let's have this built. While this builds, let's look at the headless PR. Headless. Was there anything new in here? Okay, no updates here. Okay. Good. Then what I would like to do is take this one here, git bash, then take this one here, put it in here. Yeah. Take this commit hash, put that here, paste, then take this commit hash here. Actually, hold on, we need to go from this one. Let's do it again. Here, paste to this one. Yeah. Paste, okay. All right. Okay. Then we have this, and then we do this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Game defines. All right. Laser update. Rejected. Okay, something was rejected here. Oof. Okay, so we need to work through this bullshit. Okay, let's start here at the bottom. Oof. Oof, okay, that's not good. Let's search for this. Let me actually RTS generals debug. Yeah, 0. Okay. Okay. So we need to search this statement here. Oh boy. Oh, it's not in generals. Oops. Oops. Oh, that's bad. Let me find this function here in generals. Let's take a look at it. Where is it? Yeah. Update. Why is this not found? What? Here, good. Let's scroll down. Here, it's here. Okay, so where are we? Let me close here the multitude of windows. Good. So let me copy this one here, and we put it here without the pluses, please. Jesus. Okay. Gross inert laser here, here. Oh, this one uses version 2. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So that means here we have to put current version is 2. Jesus. Okay. Particle cannon, particle. Create orbit target laser. Why was this not working then? Orbit position. Ah, there was a new argument added here, I see. Okay, laser update. Oof. Okay, it's a lot wrong here. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, anyway, so this one we have applied, right? This one not yet. This one we have applied. Yeah. Yeah. We can reset this guy. Okay, so we have laser update CVP. Yeah, this header and the CPP. Let's do the header first. Let's save all the files first. Laser updates. Yeah. Good. So what's the problem here? So we added laser update here at the bottom, please. Yeah. And then we remove these guys here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Done. Then we added this dirty here. Dirty. Why did this not work? So it should be like this, yeah. Client updates, good. And then we add all these guys here. So we remove these and then we put this here, okay. We need to remove the pluses. Okay. Okay. Get laser. Okay. This seems to be correct, yeah. Okay. Then we can reset this guy. And then we need to apply this garbage here. Can I please see some color here, please? No? No color? No color. Okay. Just takes a while, it seems. Okay, so what do we have? So, this is different, isn't it? Okay, so first we remove these here. And then we add these. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, this one is simple enough. Okay. Jesus Christ. So above the inner laser, we have this guy here. Oh boy. Oh, this is hard to read here. My gosh. Client updates. Client updates. Return. Okay. It looks like I totally applied this incorrectly, didn't it? Okay, so update callback. Okay, I think we need to put this here. Yeah. Then we put this here. This here. Like this. Okay. Where's the client update? Huh? Update radius. Where's the client update? What is this? It's missing. Let me go to laser update here. So we take this guy. I put it here. Update endpost. Okay, looks like these functions don't exist at all. Okay, so we remove this. Oh, what is this bullshit here? Init laser. Init laser. So this goes here, yeah. And then remove these, yeah. Oof, what do we have here? Compute start pos. Oh shit, where does this shit belong? What was it before? Init laser, init laser, init laser. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure where I am at. The diff is so large that I'm not seeing where that thing is. Init laser. Do we have another duplicate of this or not? No. Mm. Write down the bone name. What is this? Where is this? It's not here. Huh? I have my doubts that this is all correct. Declaration incompatible. What was it before? These are updates. Here. Let me copy this one. Ugh. Okay, there's still some error here somewhere. I think. Yeah, the problem is the diff is quite a bit large towards 0 hour, so that makes it not easy to fit that shit in. Okay, so this was init laser before, init laser, init radios, yeah. Actually, this could be correct. Could be correct, yeah. Let me see how it looks in. Let me see how it looks here. Yeah. Okay, so at the top, we add this bullshit, yeah, and then we remove these guys, yeah. Then here, we do the dirty, and then we add the update radius, yeah. Okay, yeah, updated, decaying. Updated, yep. Return updated, yep. Set decay frames, yep. Looks good. Then we have init radius, yeah, init radius, blah, 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 okay. Okay, that actually looks pretty much the same, yeah. Then we have, xfer here. Ah, okay, that's different. So the xfer comes, oh, we don't have xfer here at all. Where's the xfer? Okay. Looks like we didn't copy the xfer. Let me do that. Xfer goes, where does it go? Above init laser. Init laser, here. Okay, put that there. Remove the pluses. Okay. And it, okay, let me refresh. Okay, xfer. Init laser, yeah, looks good. And then get template laser radius. Okay, then we have this, yeah. Current laser radius, yeah. Then we remove these guys and replace them, yeah. Okay, this actually looks correct now. Yeah. What about this space here? Init radius. Init radius. There we removed one here. Good. Okay, that should do. Let's compile this bad boy. Okay, that was quite a bit more complicated than anticipated. Then let me reset this guy, and I think we are good. Reset. Good. Fix undefined behavior and destroy windows. Use infinite loop. Simple. Personally, I just use one monitor anyway, so I don't really mind. But if I were using multiple monitors, I definitely find annoying that the monitor cannot be selected. Yeah. How about this? I had a command line option which allows you to explicitly specify the monitor number. Yeah, command line. Yeah. Yes, a command line option would probably be good enough for now. Should the new behavior be the default or the legacy behavior? I currently also only have one monitor, so it does not. So I cannot test this. Or should the legacy behavior be the default? Okay, I also currently only have one monitor, so I cannot test this change. How likely is it that users expect the game to launch where the shortcut is located rather than launch on monitor 1 on the primary monitor? I, for one, always expected the game to launch on the primary monitor. Simply because It has done it since 20 years. Yeah, basically the status quo has been there for 20 years. So like, the thing is, we cannot just change things that have been there for so many years, right? And that's why I advocate to be really considerate about the default behaviors, regardless whether they are superior or not. But like, if you break the habits of players, it leaves a bad taste. I mean, typically players get used to it after a while, but it makes the switch more painful, especially if there is an abundance of things that are different, right? And so users like will need a couple days to get comfortable with this. And then the problem is then also that if they switch back, God forbid, to the original version, then they need to switch back to what it was originally, right? So, but obviously that shouldn't happen, right? The players shouldn't switch back to the legacy game, because that would imply that we didn't do a good job, right? If they prefer the original version over our improved version, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah. But yeah, I personally, I also don't have much of preference because I only have one monitor right now. In the past, I had two monitors. I don't know. It doesn't affect me, but it will affect other players. So, yeah. Okay, so this has compiled. That's good. Yeah, then I hope that we didn't make a mistake here. Okay. How about we compare this also with this? So we added this down here, yeah. We added that, and we added that, yeah. Then we added the gross frames, yep. We added this bullshit, yeah. Laser radius, set decay frames, yep. And that, and then we moved laser update here, yeah. Pre-RTS, we added that, yeah. Okay, I think yeah, we just say replicate changes in generals. Replicate in generals. Commit. All right. Okay. And then we have this compiled, yeah. Then let me copy build VC6 generals MD ZH, copy, generals, English here, put that in here. Okay, and then we launch that, and then we run our golden replay once more to see if there are no mismatches creeped in. And then I think we should be good. Oops. Yeah, load's actually correct. Load replay. Golden replay. All right, let's go. Okay. Okay, while we wait for this, let's see what else we have here in our notifications. Fix undefined behavior. Yeah. Same issue as this one, yeah. Okay, so here. So we removed this check here. Let me do a comparison without white space, hide white space. Makes it a bit easier to see. If layout. If menu layout here. Let me I did write a list here. Let me see. Let's start here with this one, generals. No, let's do 0 hour. Okay, so this is just a refactor here. Science layout. It's not part of that list. Okay, but this looks safe. This looks safe. Layout, yeah. Okay. Menu layout, yeah, also covered. Run, shutdown, destroy. Map select layout. Map select layout. Yeah. Map select layout is also here, yeah. Pop-up communicator layout, yeah. Full quit, no save. Blank layout, yeah. Skirmish map select layout, yeah. It's also here, okay. WOL map select layout, yeah. WOL map select layout. Current top. Huh, that wasn't here in my list. Uh, Strictly, this is not necessary because there is this assert crash here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt, I guess. Yeah. I mean, the assert already protected here against this. So it wasn't necessary, but it also doesn't hurt. New top. Current top. Detach is misspelled. Okay, I don't oppose this check, is fine. Okay, I think it covered all layout, menu. I think I've seen all, yeah. So we have 8, 10, 1, 2, 8, 10, 12, 12, 8, 12. Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks looks all correct to me. Hold on. Here we have a problem. Layout. Well, it's a local pointer. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, looks good to me. Yeah. Looks good. Good. So this has finished. Yep. Very nice. Okay, then we can push this also. Yeah. Good. Include the exfer of the laser member in include the exfer. My suggestion was to include the exfer of the laser radius update member in that. That way loading, saving still works. I don't understand. My suggestion was to include the exfer of that member in this function unless exfer is for CRC. I do not understand. I do not understand. I really don't understand. Let me add a comment. replicate it in generals. Yeah. Then we can add a checkbox here. Let me resolve this myself and this here. This one is resolved. That one is resolved. That one as well. Okay. So everything is resolved except this. I don't understand the suggestion. Because the CRC doesn't do anything. Right now it's empty. It doesn't make sense to add anything to it as well. Because what the damage itself is CRC'd elsewhere, right? So if the public kernel applies different damages, then it will mismatch. Yeah. Okay. Good. Then I think I would take a break here. Yeah, it's been 1 hour 40. Yeah, notifications. Let me see. Yeah. Good. I will take a break here. Wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.